Yo, what's going on, viewers, and welcome to the Battle of IFC Season 5, Week 2. I can't even speak. I have lost the ability to. But we are facing, as you can see in the top right, Ebastia 12, my arch nemesis. The man who crit my Hippao down with his outrage from Garchomp in Season 3, preventing me from getting the title. The man who won't even talk bad about me because he's a Canadian and they only apologize, that's the only thing they do. And the man who doesn't say about that says a boot. I've never heard him say about or a boot, but he's Canadian, so he should say a boot. Because that that sounds funny as fuck. Why don't all Canadians say? All Canadians should say a boot, let's be real right here. But that doesn't matter. We are facing him, so we've gotten of course, our Arceus poison. I didn't clarify last video, but we can only use the poison version of Arceus, not all the other versions, which kind of sucks, but it doesn't really matter. We've gotten Urshifu, and we've gotten as our Coco switch-ins. Not really anyone, because our Manectric has Static, and our Cubone or our Marowak has Lightning or Cursed Buddy instead of Lightning Rod. So we have two Lightning Rod mons to completely wall the Coco, but we can't use either of them because I am dumb. You know what? Let's get into it. So he leads off with Coco, I lead off with my, how do you call it, Urshifu. I'm like, he's not going to click Dazzling Gleam, he's not going to be Scarf, I'm going to U-turn, screw you. And he's probably going to HP Ice or something dumb, so I'm going to go into Marowak, he's not going to Thunderbolt. There's zero reason to Thunderbolt for him, and there's really no reason to Dazzling Gleam because it doesn't hit much. Look, he could Thunderbolt, but I have 1 immunity, 2 immunity, 3 immunity, which in reality is only 1 immunity because I'm stupid. But, you know, he sees too many immunities, he's not going to Thunderbolt. He gets a crit, I can see his specs, so I'm like, you know what, I'm going to substitute here because I take another hit. And I substitute here, I'm like, he knew Miltank is normally a great counter for my Marowak, because it has Thick Fat, as you can see above, Thick Fat, Scrappy, and Sap Zipper. But if, and like, so he's resistant to fire because of the Thick Fat, and he doesn't get hit by Ghost because he's a normal type. But I do pack the Focus Punch because I saw this as a problem. He clicks Earthquake, breaks my sub, and I go, boom, and he's gone. So I'm like, yeah, let's go. Dude, I killed the Miltank, great. Perfect. Okay, so now he gets into Landers, and I'm like, ah, perfect. I'm just gonna sack this, because I don't really have to switch into Landers, because I thought it wasn't like... I was like, ah, he picked it late? So I'm like, ah, but he traded, so that's why it looked like he picked it late. I'm like, dude, he has Cinderace and Landers, those are probably both Ubers. Because I thought Cinderace was an Uber, but apparently Landers is not an Uber or something. So I'm like, ah, Landers is not a threat, it's not even sheer force. It is sheer force, by the way. So I'm like, oh fuck, I'm so stupid. And here I go into Gliscor because I am an idiot who doesn't know how to think. And I didn't know if he was Scarf, so that was what I really wanted to see. So I go into Gliscor. Here I protect to get my Toxicroak Scouts for the HP Ice. And here I predict him to not go for the HP Ice again. I'm gonna U-turn because I'm just as good as I played last week. But I'm not just as good as I played last week, and I see he's Life Orb, and I die. So it's 4 and 5, so it's not good, but I go into my Football Jongen, my Mega Manectric, I Mega and I click Volt Switch, because I'm like, he's not staying in HP Ice, let me done. I Volt Switch. And now I have the great idea to go into my Arceus Poison, which does have the Cosmic Power. I'm like, I can take a hit unless it's banded. He's probably not banded. I'm gonna Cosmic Power up here. Now he goes into Bronzong. I'm like, I can scout what Bronzong does, but I don't think he can't really hit me. So I Cosmic Power up again, as he sets up rocks. I'm like, ooh, you know what? I see another Cosmic Power here. So plus 3, and that's pretty defensive. Here I click Judgment to get some chip on the Cinderace. I don't know what he's gonna do. I thought he'd Zen Headbutt, but he taunts instead. And now he hard switches into Bronzong, as I click Judgment again because I want to kill the Cinderace. Here I'm like, yeah, I don't really care about this Bronzong. I'm gonna Flamethrower. I get a crit, which is pretty lucky, but yeah, it doesn't really matter as he clicks Sidewave, which really doesn't do anything. Here I click Flamethrower again, and I crit again, which is really lucky, but Bronson can't really hurt me, so I don't think it matters that much. Because now my taunt is gone, I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna recover, screw you. I'm gonna get some HP back, as he clicks Trick Room. I'm like, okay, yeah, that might be problematic for my team. But he clicks Sidewave again, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna put Cosmic Power, get some extra boost, why not, you know? So I wall everything, including that Landorus, which still does loads of damage, even on the Trick Room. And here I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna recover, get some of my HP back, as he goes into Cinderace. Cinderace clicks Taunt, I'm like, okay, I gotta get this mon out of here, he needs to stop taunting me, which is very annoying. I click Judgment, Cinderace is gone, so it's looking really good. My mon is bulky as, and he goes for the Psywave, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really care. Here I should have recovered, because then I would have been at 100%, and then I would have outsped next turn when Trick Room was gone, but you know what, you can't always make a crack play. I Judgment here, getting some chip damage, nice 28%, which is really good. He clicks Earth Power, does 20 or 32%, I'm like, okay, I can 1v1 this one, but I have to be careful, very careful. So I click Flamethrower here to get some extra chip damage on him, and he clicks Earth Power. And here I click Recover to get my HP back. I'm like, please don't crit me, don't crit me, don't crit me, and he doesn't crit me, because I'm not getting lucky. He's just not getting lucky, which he shouldn't be, because I don't like him being lucky. He crits me often enough already, costing me championship. He can lose it. He can lose a week 2 match. He cost me a championship with that stupid crit. He doesn't get a crit against me. You can screw yourself. Only I get crit. So I just recover up here, get some damage, recover up again, get some damage. And here I'm like, okay, I really don't want to risk a crit, so I'm just gonna Flamethrower, and the other ones can't really hit me anyways. So I'm just gonna Flamethrower, get that threat out of here. I think I can beat the remaining 2 with my mons I have left. So here he clicks Psych Fence, I'm like, yeah, he doesn't crit me, perfect. And I recover up to get into pretty much safe range from not getting for even when I get crit. I click Judgment here, doing 28%, I'm like, dude, why is this thing so bulky? Dude, what? Why am I selecting everything? Zamazenta doesn't take anything. I just recover up, keeping myself at high HP, so I even take a crit, which would have done 4.5 times as much. He does about 15%, so it would have done like a little over 60, so I always try to keep myself above 60 so he doesn't kill me with a crit. And he goes into Coco, last I kill with Judgment, and Coco's gonna get destroyed by 1 Judgment. He doesn't crit me with Thunderbolt because he specs Coco, so he would have killed me with Thunderbolt, but then I probably still would have won because I have Motion 2, and my Netre Kuru could take it. So I beat Ebastia, finally. My revenge, my sweet, sweet revenge. Oh, that is, it is really sweet, I can tell you that. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so I beat Ebastia, and yeah, I'm really happy with that. The matchup wasn't as great, but yeah, shit happens. So, but the broken one called Arceus Poison came through in the second week as well, because they should have banned it, but they didn't, and I have told them to ban it, or at least allow multiple forms of Arceus. So like, well, if everyone has it isn't broken, like, I mean, Lander's T is broken in the Lil Cup, but if you also let people draft like Dragonite, Celesteela, like all the other tier ones, it isn't broken anymore because everyone has one. So I'm like, yeah, you know, you gotta make this broken mon available. And the reason I really picked just Arceus Poison instead of Arceus Dark, Arceus Dark has a better typing, but the real reason to pick Arceus Toxic is just, or Arceus Poison instead, is because Arceus Poison is just really good. The reason it's really good is it can't get poisoned. Like, Toxic is the biggest threat to defeating any Arceus, and yeah, it's just really good. So most of the time it just sets up and wins. If only it had store power, then it would also destroy, how do you call it? Also completely destroy, how do you call it, like, unaware mons. But yeah, who cares? Anyways, yeah, so we beat Ebastia, very happy with that. We're 10-0 in week 2, which is pretty good actually. Like, 10-0 is not bad at all. So yeah, very happy, and Ebastia very well played. Yeah, you should have probably gone into Landorus, but you know, it's hindsight 2020. Like, this mon had a really great matchup. Also, you can't really predict some idiot to bring fucking sub-focused Punch Marowak called Big Boner. Like someone who calls his Marowak Big Boner, you can't even take that person seriously at all. So yeah, you play really well. You prepped really good. Like even taunt for like taunting this stupid Arceus poison. It's really good. Anyways, GG's well played, and I hope I play you again in finals, and then you don't crip me, and I really hope I win again then. But you're always a really good battler to play against. So yeah, see you guys next week, week 3. I don't know who we're up against, but yeah, I'll just see then. You'll hear it. Like, who really cares? Anyways, have a good one. See you all next time. Yo, goodbye.